Shalom Aleim, welcome to class. This is Rabbi Dr. Oloruntubolafemi. Today we'll be learning the Biblical Greek and with the topic first and second declension adjectives. First and second declension adjectives. Now, previously we talked about adjectives and primarily or basically adjective is simply defined as a word that modifies noun. Yeah, so they modify nouns. Having known that in biblical Greek, there's need for the particular adjective to agree or inflected with the particular noun in gender, number, and case. So what am I trying to say is that the biblical Greek adjectives, while modifying noun, it takes the same gender, case, and number with the modifying noun. Yeah. So the adjective, for you to easily know which particular word the adjective is modifying in a particular given text, then it has to agree with the gender of that particular noun, the case of that particular noun, and then the number of that particular noun. So in other words, when we have a word like, let's pick up one word to show this. So a masculine adjective noun, we have kalos. Now this is an adjective. Yeah, kalos. So now this particular adjective has a gender. And what's gender? It's in masculine gender. Yeah, it's a masculine word. Now the case of this particular adjective is nominative. Then the number of this adjective is the word us, that's singular. So it's single. So now when this is to modify a noun, it has to be in the masculine gender, then be in the nominative case as subject of the discourse, and then be singular in number. Now let's have an example. Okay, so kalos anthropos. It's just very a very simple word. This anthropos. So we want to say kalos anthropos in a particular statement. Then this the noun, this an adjective. Yeah. So this now, before it could be used, or before this adjective could be used to modify this particular noun, then it has to be having the same gender, the same number, and the same case. So in other words, let's say this word anthropos is a masculine noun. It's a noun. I mean, it's a masculine noun by gender in biblical Greek. Then it has an ending with us. So an us is in the nominative case. That's talking about the case. That's the case of the subject of the discourse. All right. Then, more importantly, we have the number singular, just one. So that was this means Carlos means good. So that's good man. Or make it very well because this is and trying to check my teaching on the Greek article. So without the symbol of the article, so it is in a indefinite state. So that shows a good man. A good man. Yeah. So that's that for that's just a typical example of the use of the Greek article. I mean the Greek adjective. So as we move forward in this teaching, we'll see the first declension adjectives and as well the second declension adjectives. When I check my teaching previously on the features of Greek nouns, you see what called declension. Declension is about grouping of the words in Greek. So we have two declensions, then the third declension. However, we look on the first and second for this particular discourse. So the first declension nouns or words are majorly, like 90% of them, are majorly feminine words. So the gender is feminine. Yeah. Well, for second declension nouns, they are purely masculine nouns. So the words there are masculine. So all of this will be treated. So this is a masculine noun. So this is in the second declension. So the adjective there, this adjective in the second declension grouping, that's for the adjective. So I'm gonna show a few vocabulary to learn before we begin properly the teaching. All right, so we have call it vocab diets. So we have agathos, we have ekanos, we have kalos, eka, kastos, we have alright, so there's space. Let's stay here before moving. Now we have a good vocabulary to learn. We have agathos, 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 and agathos means good, good. Agathos means good. Yeah. So we have ikanos, ikanos, and ikanos means true or sufficient, 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 or through, through. We have kalos. We have used in shadow, so it means good or nice, good, well, or nice. We have ekastos, ekastos, and ekastos means each or every, each one or everyone, each. Ekastos means each. Then we have agapeitos, agapeitos, from that word agape, agapeitos. So it means beloved, beloved. Yeah. So we have agathos, it means good or well. We have ikanos, which means sufficient or full. We have kalos, which means good or nice or well. Then we have ekastos, which means each. We have agapeitos, which means beloved. Now, let's check this. These are primarily the adjectives that we have in the second declension nouns. I mean, second declension. Now, this we have the case, we have the number, and then we have the gender. So